Wait, where is it? Where?
Alright, last time we played, it was December 16th of year 10, and there was a cannibal attack on the settlers. Things were not going well at all. Um, most of our crew was based here at the Knight's Cave, or Knight's Camp. So we'll be continuing either from here, or possibly from the shoreline settlement, or even the settlers' settlements. But
Did
apparently,
that goddamn wolf den?
there was a settler camp that was attacked, right? Ruined by the cannibals. An army of maybe 38 have swept into our lands and are currently, somewhere out there, dwelling among the ruins of another settler camp.
Yeah. My plan is to run away and find a new place to settle, because this is like nothing we can handle. We're a small group, and we can't fight 38 men.
So,
Hey, listen. I can fight 38 men.
Alright.
If there's a will, there's a way.
I know what you're saying.
if we want recruits, I would say realistically the only way you can start with recruits is at the shoreline. There would be no safe or accessible route.
What about refugees escaping from the cannibals?
Okay. Sure, possibly they could have retreated to the cave and been recruited into your ranks. So, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Desperate times will.
Hope for desperate measures.
All right, so yeah, we can start from the ice cave with that in mind. So, let's see.
Yeah.
We'll grab some blank records, and we'll grab your old records in a moment. But yeah, we'll start with preparation. So, Brad, you're first. Do you want to continue as Suros or a different character?
Yeah, I want to continue as Heroes.
Alright, sounds good. And as Suros, do you have any preparations you want to make here at the base camp, or at this camp here? Any purchases you want to hire? Any? Oh, go ahead.
I think last time we played, I was trying to get information. We had captured a cannibal, and I was trying to either learn the language or trying to get information.
Let's see. We have intelligence of 13, so you have the ability to learn up to one more language. So, yes, you can learn theirs. So, let's see. Wrong camp. This one. We did have one cannibal prisoner, I think, at the camp. Somewhere.
Yeah, just one. I'm not sure if you're. I'm not sure if you're sharing your screen. I'm just having trouble seeing it.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen right now, I think. So,
The camera is absolutely failing now.
is it failing? Oh. Weird. Just a moment. Video and voice. Alright, let's try again. Is that working?
Yep, can see it.
I think it was switched to my actual camera rather than my OBS. Alright. I'm not sure if there are any prisoners at this particular base, it looks like. Or we might have sold it.
No, we captured.
Alright, I'm trying to
I
find
know
it.
because I was able to knock one conscious because I just do it during the fight.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh, what was it?
I'm gonna say it was this guy right here. Okay, so. It does state 0 out of 4 for him,
Yeah.
so.
I see status as Knights Base Camp. That's from the last time I
Cannibal.
played. So.
Alright, cannibal.
Yeah.
Prisoner.
It is in the records too that we captured. Not records, reports.
Alright. Well, prior to this expedition, the idea is that SUROS was learning, or of course refreshing himself on the language of the cannibals that he had been studying prior to arriving on these lands. And therefore he has that language learned or known. And he was, it sounds like you wanted to interrogate him. What did you want to learn from him while you guys were not adventuring?
Oh, I don't know what he wants to do.
Well, that's up to
I
SUROS.
wanted to,
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, I wanted to interrogate the prisoner and learn the intentions of the cannibals and try to see how large their numbers were.
Okay. So reportedly we know some of their numbers already, right? The ones in our land. They've been scouted. We understand there's maybe up to close to 40 cannibals in our land. Just encamped. Let's see. But maybe elsewhere you can learn about the other ones. Alright, so you're asking first about their numbers. How many are there? And let's see if you got a good reaction from him. If he's able to comply and tell you or not. He reacted negatively and he refused to answer that. So at that point, did you want to do anything to force an answer out of him or convince him?
I guess intimidation.
Okay, so how would you have intimidated him?
I'm gonna press him up against the wall and repeat my question. How many?
Right. So now you're becoming more physical with him, and the cannibal starts to comply, scared of what might happen next, right? And it would tell you how many it knows in its language. It would tell you something like, our people are many, and we live far to the southeast, but our armies are here, ready to drive you away from here, and to claim your women and children as our own.
Okay, that's enough information.
Okay.
We're gonna
So it claims there are many,
discuss
right?
our next plan, yeah.
No particular number, but reportedly there are 16 actual fighters to the east defending their lair or their village, right? A cannibal population, you can expect most men to fight. So you could expect the same number almost, or maybe a little less or more, of women and children, elderly to exist in their village, right?
Yeah. Very well. I would like to. I'm looking at my health. I would like to heal, or if I was able to get a rest.
Yeah. Let's see. You had no major injuries. Your light wounds were healed, so you're good to go. You have 59 coppers, but there's not many places to spend it here at the camp. There are no merchants anymore at the Knight's base camp, so you would have to trade among other adventurers. All right. Well, it sounds like
my preparations are complete.
sounds good. Now you are allowed one new character in this game that you can recruit as a retainer. So Go ahead, if you want this, go ahead and start rolling up your new character's ability scores. 3d6.
No new character at this time.
Okay.
Uh,
Alright. And then Ethan, as do you want to continue as DOCKLA the second?
of course. And I have no preparation, that's usually happening kind of.
Alright, so DOCKLA is ready to go. Now, does he want to recruit some of his old retainers?
Yep. So that would be Heinrich. CAPON.
How do you spell that one?
Let me see. It is CAPON.
Okay.
Let me check what's this. Which one of them died? Kobla. Okay. And I want to hire RADZIG, which is RADZIG.
Okay, thank you. Alright. Is that it?
That is 3, right?
That's 3, yep. You can go up to 5, I think. So you got the new guy you're going to create too, possibly.
Yeah. So I intend to hire that one.
And then one more, or?
Let's do ETHBOR, my clerk.
We're gonna have an army here pretty soon.
Yeah, well, that was my intention. But I can't host an army. I need more. Well, I need money, which I don't have money. I spent it all on good charisma.
I have naturally good charisma at 14.
Alright, so let's make our loyalty checks. This character here was already hired by you before, so we'll do a loyalty check. And that looks like a refusal.
Yep.
Alright, so
Ooh,
you met with Heinrich earlier today, or maybe yesterday, asking him to continue to fight for you. But he respectfully declines and would like to move on, right? You want to further convince him somehow, or just let him go?
I'm going to say to him, we will be soon moving so we can get away from those cannibals.
dost thou comprehend?
We're going to be moving away soon, and I need the capable fighters to help defend our group, to be able to defend so we can find new lands to settle, because clearly these cannibals, it's not safe here. You are one of the most capable men I know.
Alright, so he's currently out of service. Now you're convincing him, you're hiring him again, basically.
Yeah.
So you offer him a new
That was
offer. 8 plus 1 is a 9. So he accepts your offer and will rejoin your services under the, of course, understanding that your goal is to get this crew out of here, right? Now, if you fail to continue with that plan, you might lose Heinrich's loyalty, right?
Yeah.
He would betray his.
We're making a run for it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're making a run for it.
So you need his help.
I'm good at running.
Yeah, protecting the crew on their way
Yeah.
out of here. All right, and then he agrees to do that, but going out to fight the cannibals, maybe he was scared to do that with such a small team, right? It'd be almost suicidal, or
Yeah, it is suicide. That's why we're running away.
or yeah, just not good, right? Not a good chance at all. Capon, let's see if he remains loyal to you. He was hired by you before, and loyalty check for you is 8. So he also lost loyalty to you. It looks like, or yeah, it looks like. So CAPON, of course, you came to see him and check in with him, and he wanted to end his contract too. So you'll make him a new offer, same one that you made to Heinrich, I suppose, right? You made this offer to
Yes.
both of them. So he left your services, and you tried recruiting him again with the goal of retreating or leaving these lands, and he agrees to that. So both retainers
Okay.
contracted to help protect you on the way out, and from there you might have to make new contracts or new plans with him after that is first, or after that's complete.
Yep.
RADZIG, let's see if he remains loyal. He remained loyal, so whether you choose to go fight the cannibals today or leave the area, he will be with you. ETHBOR also has been hired before, so loyalty check pass. He's with you no matter what either, or no matter what you choose to do today as well. So him and RADZIG. And then your new guy who just arrived at the Knight's Base camp, probably a refugee from the last attacks, the ongoing war. Let's see. Go ahead and roll up his abilities.
Yep. So his strength is a 13.
Okay.
His intelligence is a 13. His wisdom is a 4. Sorry.
It's all good. He's just not very sensible.
His dexterity is a 15. His constitution is a 5. His charisma is an 8. What is this?
Alright. So they might be like really shy and blind. Or like farsighted.
Not very healthy, but he's strong,
Frail, yeah.
That's just what he's
He's strong and fast though. Pretty smart. So he's lean muscle.
Alright, well. I think
yeah.
his best survivability might be a fighter.
Go ahead and roll hit points. 1d8.
Yep. 4.
-2 penalty, so you get 2. 3d6 for money.
Yep. Oh, 13 coppers.
Okay. And what kind of gear do you want?
Okay. So, first things first before spending money, we did have some extra gear that we took from the cannibals that
That's
I
true.
want to use first before.
Alright, here's the gear list.
Yep. So I want him to take a knapsack, torches, and tinderbox, plus some rope, and that gambeson and spear. Shield. I'm saying a lot of things. Oh, sorry.
Alright, just a moment. Knapsack. Torches. Tinderbox. What else? You said shield and spear and gambeson?
Yes. Very lucky that we have these things too.
Okay. Anything else?
Damn it. Leather usually is -1, right? Usually. It's damaged, but check something. Make sure you never changed it. It will take that damage leather. You know, maybe damage, it still gives him 1 armor class. Or 1 -1 armor class to the fighter.
Yeah, double. So it does provide -1 armor class for him.
So he's pretty kitted out. Now, actually give him actual gear. Let's give him, since it's 13 coppers, what would be a good ranged item for him? Let's see, does get him a crossbow.
Oh, you can't buy any new or oh yeah, no, this is starting gear. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. So he had this gear prior to the expedition. Yeah, crossbow and quiver and corals.
Yep. That would cost. How much would that cost?
7.
I know the 7.
All right, he's down to 6.
Him. Actually, is pretty good now. Get him 6 rations.
6 rations.
Rations. Yes.
Okay, he's at
You can
4.
roll that.
Sorry, you cut off. What did you say?
Yeah. I was trying to say using all his copper for rations.
Oh, so 6 sets of rations. Okay.
Yes.
All right, he's got a good amount of supply then on him as well.
And of course, his name will be. I have a character name. It's Divish, but let me look up how to spell it quickly. So Divish, D-I-V-I-S-H.
All right, that's good. All right, Rogue, it's your turn. Do you want to continue as Bjorn or a new character?
I'm looking to make a new character, quite frankly.
Right. Okay. So, your new character, go ahead and start rolling up its ability scores. Six.
6.
Alright, get 12. Get 9.
9. 15.
Okay. That's good. 2 more.
9.
Okay. Go ahead and choose a class. I recommend Magic User or Thief.
I'll be going with Thief, because that's what I usually play as.
Sounds good. And then go ahead and roll hit points, 1d4.
Alright.
Nice.
That's better than what I usually get.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Roll 3d6 for money.
8.
Oh no. That's quite unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate.
Alright, what kind of gear are you thinking about getting?
I can't really afford anything.
Most of these want a lockpick or some kind of tool to help them find treasure or traps. So like a 10-foot pole with 1
We do
copper.
also have some. We do have extra gear too.
I'll go, I'll go lockpicks.
Alright, that'll be 3 coppers. So you're down to 1.
And then, ration.
Okay.
Oh, quick thing, there is extra stuff for you to take too.
Yeah, you're gonna need a knapsack, which we have one in the storage. Carry those rations. Okay. Let's see what else you'll need. Alright, so you got the knapsack. You want one of these daggers? Alright. Your mic is a bit muffled.
Yes, let me fix that.
Oh, it's good.
Oh.
It was just muffled for
My
a moment.
my treble is low.
Alright. There are some other items you could take. The bow is there in the quiver, but there are no arrows because all the ammo was taken by someone else already.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's see. You could take some damaged armor if you'd like, or some extra supplies. We got torches, tinderbox, and a rope here if you'd like.
I will take the tinderbox.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll take a helmet.
You already have one, so you want two?
No. And I'll take the torches.
All four?
Yes, all 4.
Okay.
And the rope.
How much of it? All 95 feet? It's almost 20, or yeah, almost 20 pounds of rope.
How heavy is 50?
50 is 10 feet. I mean 10 pounds, I mean. 50 feet is 10 pounds of rope.
I'll do, I'll do, yeah, I'll do...
You want 25? You want 50?
Let's do 35 feet of rope.
35? Okay.
Because you never know what you'll need it for. I realize I need to update my character sheet.
Alright. Last step is to choose your character. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Last step is to choose your character's name.
I think this time we're gonna go with... Bilbo.
Alright.
Gotta keep the tradition going.
You've never had a Bilbo before, right?
Nope. I've had Thorin, Nicholas, Keely, and a David.
Alright, good to go.
Nobody would be my alliance. Alright.
Alright, so for the new ones, we'll make them some tokens real quick. We got 2 new guys. So that would be DIVISH and Bilbo.
Bilbo back.
Alright. Today we are building a team made of these 2 and ETHBOR. Let's see. We've got a few of these guys. HEINRICH, who that died. CAPON, SUROS, and DOCKLA. RADZIG.
I'll be right back.
Okay. We also forgot, or that should be everyone. I'll double check. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Yep, that's everyone right there. Should be the whole team. Alright, so it sounds like preparations are complete. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then when you guys get back, we'll start the adventure. Take 5.
I am back.
One break, right?
Oh, we're on the break?
Looks like it.
Okay.
So, here is my plan. This might be a really bad plan, but this is the best plan I can think of without... I don't know. It's a plan.
Yeah.
But basically, we move through the elf territory down to where we can get to the coast, and we just move along the coast.
Yeah, okay.
We might encounter goblins.
I love your plan. However, where are we at? We're right here, right?
Yeah, we're right here. So
We're right here.
we're just beamline it to the here. Cannibals right here.
So the wolves are gone.
The wolves are gone. Yeah.
So one of my past descendants died there.
Oh, we took this over once. It's the cannibals now. It's the cannibal base.
Okay, so you're saying we're here. Go here.
We're here. We move. Not here. This is where the elves live. I don't know how they would react to us, so we better just move to the...
Which of us has really high charisma?
I have high charisma. But I don't speak their language. I would need one of my retainers who have a high intelligence to speak it. Because I have a...
Wait, what is my intelligence?
Well... You know, you're the second Bilbo character I've seen.
Gotta be a bagging.
Yeah. But yeah, only one of my characters, RADZIG, who is currently working for me, knows it. So if we do encounter anything, I can make
my intelligence is 13 and wisdom is 16, so.
Yeah. But you learned the cannibal language.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan, do we need to like, I'm wondering if we need to have breakfast before we head out, or is that something, or no?
Yeah, we can have breakfast when we head out. So we need to combine rations. That's why I got one guy with full rations, alright?
I mean, do we have any dead people laying around?
What?
Do we have any dead people laying around?
We're not eating people. We're trying to run away from people.
We're over here trying to sit
Ethan.
down and have breakfast at Denny's.
Ethan, has any of the cannibals come to the cave yet, or no?
No, they have not. Well, our last game was our last game. Like, that's our last game.
Okay.
So, everything still happened. If there was another game, we would have been leaving. We would have been gone from the cave long ago.
And
So basically-
wait, how far is this? Because since I have the rope, we can fish.
Yeah, that's
And
why
catch breakfast.
Yeah. Now we should have enough rations, but my plan is that we gather everyone who are able to gather NPCs who we are able to gather. We're gathering the settlers, and we are leaving. If we're unable to gather any of us, we will be on our own.
I want to
But
know
we
what
are-
they're about.
What? Let me look. The bears?
Oh.
The elves. I don't know how the elves would react to us, but we're going to encounter elves probably.
All right, gentlemen, the break is over, and let's begin this adventure. Right. So sounds like all of you are here, so we'll get started then. And like we discussed earlier, last we left off, the party was kind of cut off from the shoreline after the cannibals set out into our lands to begin raiding and plundering the settlers, right? Today is another cold December day out here near the shores of this southern land. Your party is, of course, here at the Knight's Cave, formed up and ready to set out on their next adventure. But what is the plan today?
We are taking people and we are
Settlers.
leaving.
We're going to the coast.
Like,
But first, we're
I'm
going to
gonna
eat
try-
breakfast.
yeah, breakfast.
Alright, we'll have breakfast. But DOCKLA says that we should gather people. Sounds like to set out for another area. And then Bjorn and SUROS, do you agree with this, or do you have other ideas or plans?
It's Bilbo.
Oh, that's right. Here, let me change it for you.
I do, but yes, I do agree with this. How about the other?
Alright, so party's having breakfast right now and making sure the crew is well fed before we set out. There's 8 of us, so we'll take 8 rations to feed our crew. And we'll use DIVISH's supply first. He's got 10 rations left after breakfast. Alright, now SUROS, what do you think about the plan? Do you agree? Do you want to add anything? Remove anything?
I kind of wanted to explore the old temple ruins, but we can move along the coast.
Alright, so he agrees with you to some extent, but he'd prefer to move along the coast. So should we discuss this? Or okay,
Well, he's kind
that way we have a fair.
of, the plan is moving.
Okay.
The plan
I
is to
say,
move down the coast. That
I
is the plan.
say we flip a coin.
Flip a coin.
Leave it to luck. DOCKLA says we move down the coast for safer lands. SUROS goes with
What do you mean?
the old temple ruins, possibly
Or wait, we
adventure.
could roll a dice.
So we really should run away.
However, wait. Where's
We
the
could
town?
always-
Where's old
South of us. We can always go back to that. Like, it's probably going to be there. And even then, we don't know if he exists. It was a rumor. It's still a rumor.
Yes, however, if we cut down, we still get to the coast if there's nothing there.
But there's goblins there.
But if there is something there, we can loot up, possibly get better gear.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to fight the goblins. Goblins are too powerful. I guarantee you, there's probably cannibals still here, because that's where we found cannibals. Probably made this new base there. What we need to do is get the fuck out. We are in a horrible position.
Yeah, but then we have to worry about the elves.
Elves are chill. I don't know. We've interacted with them before.
But you said we don't know how they would interact towards us.
At least if we enter to their town, this is an outpost. We know how they act to an outpost. They're pretty friendly. But we're not going to their town, like you were suggesting earlier. We're going to the coast.
Okay.
Just beamline it down as fast as we can.
Or, hear me out, we could go hire Vikings.
Vikings are our enemies. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Can't hire the Vikings.
Yeah, they're our enemies. They probably just rob us.
All right,
Okay.
so we have three different
Let's
plans.
start out
Then.
moving to the elves.
Well, let me gather people first.
So in the end, we all agree on DOCKLA's plan, because Bilbo has a plan to talk with the Vikings. Suros has the plan to go to the Temple Ruin, but it sounds like he's more so agreeing with DOCKLA's plan now. DOCKLA, you want to, of course, gather the people here at the camp before you set out, right? So we have
gather people with camp. I to convince everyone who I can convince.
we have some differing plans then. So in the end, every player is allowed their own choice. So Suros, do you still want to follow through with following with DOCKLA's plan, or would you rather further discuss your own, or something else? So I just want to make sure you have a chance to play too, or everyone has. So if you don't agree with something, you can always discuss it further, right? He's trying to get us to safety before we do anything else, right?
I'll follow DOCKLA's plan.
Okay. And then Bilbo, I know you were kind of agreeing with DOCKLA earlier, but then you brought up a new plan, maybe to hire the Vikings. Do you want to continue discussing that plan with them, or do you want to just put that off to the side and agree to help DOCKLA's plan?
Yeah, I want to go to the Vikings because they could really help us with the cannibal problem, and they have supplies and strong men.
I don't think you were around. I don't know how much you know about the Vikings, but they were our enemies. They were raiding our village, our shoreline camp.
Yeah, I have a plan. All I have to do is tell them that the what are they? Cannibals? They're trying to destroy their liquor, their beer. And I'll tell them that if they deal with us, they get to enter the halls of Valhalla.
Yes, Vikings drink mead.
Yes,
Right.
mead and Valhalla.
Well,
So with that said, DOCKLA, you've heard Bilbo's own plan. Whether Bilbo wants to stick to his plan, or, of course...
do you have the money for it?
I can talk them into it.
Nah. If you don't have the money. Because if anything, they might be willing to hire us as mercenaries, but if you don't have the money for it, I'd say we just run. Because terrible situation. And if anything, if the Vikings don't like us, they would just rob us, kill us, and then leave, learning that what the cannibals are doing.
It's a pretty risky plan, possibly. Everything has its own risks.
Yeah.
So DOCKLA, you are not convinced by Bilbo's plan, and you will follow through with your own. Suros seems to back you.
Mm-hmm.
He does support Bilbo to some extent. And Bilbo, do you want to drop your plan and start helping DOCKLA with his, or do you want to? Are you sure you want to continue with your own plan?
I'm. How many Vikings are there?
Last report, there was about 26 Vikings. That does not include civilians like women and children, slaves and such, right? That is 26 fighters, right? Or berserkers.
Like, this is hard. Can I?
You're the new guy on the team, and if you don't agree with this crew, you would split the party, right? That would slow the game drastically.
I'm not splitting the party. Never mind. I'm going with what's his name?
DOCKLA?
DOCKLA,
yeah.
Okay. So in the end, you'll agree to DOCKLA's plan, and maybe your own plans can be further, of course, acted upon in the future. But for now, evacuation is the priority. So you talk with the rest of the camp, and it sounds like you're trying to get them together to evacuate. So what do you want to
Yeah.
tell them? Imagine you make
So,
an announcement.
People, refugees, we have been fighting the cannibals, and the cannibals have intruded to our land. Sooner or later, they're going to decimate everyone just so they can eat them. All of us know what the cannibals will do when they get their hands onto us. We must run and find new lands to settle. We are doomed if we stay here.
Can I add on to that?
Yes, of course.
We're eating breakfast.
We already done that, dude.
So that's, your men are eating
Drinks
breakfast.
on me.
You made an announcement to the rest of the camp. Now, as your men are eating and such, a lot of the settlers, a lot of the people here don't have food. Would you like to share with them, or?
Yes, I would love to. All 3 of my rations.
Alright, so basically, you'll have to split the rations just so that everyone is fed something.
Hold
So
on.
this particular
How many
area.
ration-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
How many rations does everybody in the party have?
Oh, Divish has 10.
Rations does everyone have? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Divish has 10 on him, but then he might need to keep that to feed us our crew lunch.
Yes, however,
Thing.
we would get to the coast and we could fish for lunch.
Yep, that's true. Right now, here at the
Because I
settlers
have
camp,
2 rounds.
there's a famine, right? There's not enough food. This particular creek can only feed 1 to 6 men a day, on average 3 men. So if you want, most people have to go out of the cave to go find food. The settlers, of course, they've been staying close to the surrounding areas to forage, but it's wintertime, so there's literally almost nothing to forage or hunt out here, right? So most of them are starving.
Which, I do say that he's got it wrong, since there's been plenty of food around. Like, small game has been sighted everywhere around here.
Right, that would be beyond the cave, though, beyond the safety of the cave. So
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
adventurers are able to go out there and find enough food for themselves, but the settlers are the ones who are struggling. So all the adventurers are all right; they're doing fine, but the settlers, only a small portion of them are able to find food during this time. Maybe like only a third of them are capable of finding food, while the others are too young or old to go very far out to find food at the moment, right? So that therefore they are mostly starving at this point.
What people are capable of moving right now?
Of moving, all 20 settlers except one, the sickly one, are able to keep moving. The sickly one is sick and is in no state to move right now.
Yeah.
That was the elder that was left behind last time.
So, anyways, so how do they react to what I said about moving out, though?
Alright, yeah, let's see how they react. Now, before we find out how they react, as Bilbo was mentioning food and breakfast and such that you guys were eating while you made this announcement to the rest of the cave, SUROS, was there anything you wanted to do or say as well during that time?
No, not at the moment.
Alright, so you just had breakfast, sounds good. Okay, and then Bilbo was sharing food with the settlers, at least all that he could spare. So therefore, Bilbo, with your 3 rations, you help feed 6 of the settlers, and you probably start with the children first. Or do you want to go for the adults? Let's see.
I will be going for the children because we can't have our next generation dying.
Okay, very well. That's true. Otherwise, you would cut off the recruit streamline. You won't be able to recruit men anymore. Yeah. Alright. So, no more rations. The children are fed. And out of that population of 20, at least a third of them are children. So, that means at least 6 to 7 of them are children, right? Out of 20, or around 7 or 8. So, you fed most of the kids. The older kids, I guess, went without food.
because now I feel bad.
Alright.
Dogna.
I mean, still, these people can, they're able to gather about enough food for a third of them to eat. So all the kids are eating, and most of the adults have eaten at this point, or not most.
Yeah.
Some of the adults have eaten.
Also,
The ones
also
who are,
it's been so long.
yeah,
It's been like a day, too.
it's only been a couple of days without
Probably.
food, right? So
A couple of days without food.
yeah, so their stomachs are like grumbling and all that. They'll be all right for now, but they're slowly losing energy and such, right? Now,
Yeah,
we
they would-
can't.
they-
Captain, we can't.
Can I-
We,
Okay.
we can't move them if they don't have any energy.
Yeah, but they will be fine until we get to our new area. It's only been a literal day since that raid happened.
yep.
So, they're probably perfectly fine. As of right now.
Don't say I told you so. I
Right.
won't say it.
So let's see how the
Also,
crowd
can we
reacts
go
to
on-
this now. The
Yeah.
overall reaction of the crowd is
Okay.
positive. They agree with you. So they are in agreement. They're not against it. They all start to gather the things and prepare to evacuate. It could take about a few hours for them to fully pack up. So in that time, what would you like to do?
Does this also convince people like the NPC?
Yeah, like NPC adventurers to
NPC
follow.
adventures?
Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
board with evacuation, since you're the leading crew, the marshal at the moment.
Perfect then. Perfect. Gather. We let them gather their stuff.
Yeah, it should take about an hour to gather everything. So personal belongings, camp belongings, extra supplies and gear, right? It takes about an hour to fully pack it, and they'll be ready. So in that hour, that they're make sure everything's packed and ready to go. Is there anything your crew wants to do? You guys can go forage, you can go hunting, you can just stand guard, you can further discuss your plans if you'd like, or organize your troop.
Well, I say we just stand guard, let them get ready. Because if we do anything, it's going to take like an hour to move there anyway, so.
Alright, so yeah, you'll stay put. Watch over your
Everyone fine with
men.
that?
Everyone agree with that? Suros and Bilbo on board? Just watch over
I do.
the camp.
Yes.
Alright, at 9 o'clock, everyone finishes their packing and are ready to set out. So the entire base is ready to move. Right, they've packed up. The settlers, of course, they've made of somewhat like a makeshift stretcher of like branches and such to carry the sickly. Maybe out of the saplings, right? So they like tied them together, create like a little bed or a little like stretcher thing out of just saplings. It's pretty heavy, but it works. It takes at least 4 of the settlers to carry it comfortably. So, but it looks like we've packed up. The settlers are able to pack up. They're leaving the wood behind. It sounds like, unless you want them to pack. But we've packed up all these armor and weapons. The adventurers mainly packed it, so they distributed the load. Yeah.
Hey, Ethan.
What's up?
My mom just got in a wreck. I have to go. I gotta go get her.
Whoa.
Okay. Take care, bro. Thank you.
I'll see if I can come back later. I don't know.
All right. It's all good. All right. Hopefully he's all right. We are down a
Yeah.
player. I don't know if you guys want to continue without 3. Without 3.
I'm willing, so we can like get out of danger at least.
Maybe we can get a backup. Let's check if anyone else is available.
Yeah. Even then, we have like 7 people. As I.
Typically
I'm
1
5.
3 at least. You know, because 1 dies, the whole thing was for nothing, right? And if if we have 3, the idea is that if one dies, one can stay behind to cover the retreat of the last one, right? So that we at least have someone to report what happened in the last expedition. So anytime there's a TPK or TPW or whatever, then the report is cut off short, right? No one knows what actually happened. It was a waste. Let's see.
Okay, makes sense.
So we need at least 3, right? 1, 2, one dies, one recovers the retreat, and one retreats. So, all right. So we only have 2. So technically, if one of you dies, then the other guy's probably gonna get killed too, right? Or chased away or chased down and killed as well.
Well, my men might cover or run away.
True, but we have no full control over them. That's the thing, indirect control, right? So we'll see if
Run away.
yeah, most of them
Let's
should
see
run
what
away. Yeah, we'll see if anyone else can hop in and take his spot.
Yeah.
Darn. Okay.
All I want to do is just get people out of here. So we can start in a safer location. Let me put a post in the official D&D server. It's going to take time, though. Usually takes a little bit for people to actually join.
It's all good. If anything, we'll just continue with 2, but
Yeah.
best time to get our 3rd would be now before we set out.
That would take time, so it's best to just save that for next time. Usually, when I try to recruit people from the official,
Takes a while.
it
to
takes
get any
about like an
response.
hour or 2. Because people are not very much interested in old school Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I don't know any other way we can, of course, advertise the game anymore these days. Stranger Things helped get people back into the hobby, or introduce people to the hobby, but
Yeah.
even that's not enough.
Yeah, most people I try to convince kind of they say it's outdated. Which I can agree to some sorts, but I still like this edition much better than the modern.
It's a bit easier on the mind, I think, or basic.
Mm-hmm. It's simple and
It's complex where it needs to be. Yeah.
Have you guys checked out Darksteel at all?
Not yet. I've never heard of that. Is that a new OSR game or something?
So they have a starter game, and actually they're building they have a Codex beta that's up on Steam right now.
Right.
I actually have 5 licenses, but I haven't built out anything on the Codex just yet.
I see. Well,
what was it called?
go ahead and post it in the.
It's called
Oh, go ahead.
It's called Darksteel.
Darksteel. Darksteel.
The video game, right? Yeah, it looks interesting. Kind of reminds me of Skyrim or Elder Scrolls series. Looks good.
That's a 2D game, but that might be a different one.
Dark Steel. Looks like it's a
Dark.
Japanese-made game or Chinese. decent, yeah. Like the color.
Steel.
Color scheme is pretty good.
I'm sorry, that might not be the name. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Chinese one. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, Dark Steel.
I see a couple games called Dark Steel, like one called
I'm
Guild
sorry.
of Dark.
I'm sorry, it's called Draw Steel. DRAW Steel.
Draw Steel.
Yeah, it's like it's like D&D type, but
Oh yeah, Draw Steel Codex. Here we go.
yeah. So the one that I have is the starter adventure. It's called the Delian Tomb.
Interesting. It does look like. It does look a bit more modern for RPGs.
Yeah, correct.
Very
Of course,
modern
it's a new game.
version of it. Interesting. It kind of just looks like 5e. It looks like an it's a Codex game on Steam. So basically, it's like basically a digital clone of D&D 5e. Looks like.
Yeah, yeah. It's currently the Codex is still in beta, but I was able to get if you join their Patreon, you're able to get like 5 licenses, so you can enter it in on Steam and open up the Codex. Like I said, I was trying to watch a video on how to kind of get everything in there, like the maps and everything, but I need to do some more reading on how to run it.
See.
Reminds me more. It does very much remind me of like a.
It's a little more like D&D 5e, you know, newer version.
Yeah. I personally don't have a problem with 5e. But yeah, this game looks interesting to me. I've never seen a game like this. Kind of reminds me of a 2D Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, they have some pre-gen characters with the character sheets. So I was able to download all the documentation, but like I said, I haven't really. So it's just like D&D. You'll have a director. They call it a director, and then you'll have like it's like 2 to 7 players or 4 to 7 players, and they have some pre-generated character sheets already. I'm just not sure. They have some videos on how to kind of get it all set up in the Codex, but I'm not 100% on that. I really need to read watch those videos and see how to get it going in
I don't know how much it costs
the Codex.
when it comes out.
All right.
Yeah. No.
I think we'll have to continue with just the 2 of you then. It's like we don't got anyone else.
Yep.
Unfortunately. All right.
So nothing too dangerous. They lose like a thief. I did have plans for him, but
I don't know if he does that a lot. I feel like he does hop out of games. But it's like
I don't know. It's been a while, but this one been pretty reasonable.
yeah. I don't know if he lies about it or not, but I feel like he's done this before. Rogue. Let's see.
I've played too much with Rogue. Every time I played with them, he stayed.
He stayed?
The
Okay.
entire time.
Alright, maybe I'll mix him up with someone else. No, Ghost and Rogue are the
Yeah,
ones
there's
who always be leaving early. It says I have it logged. So
I think it's Ghost, but I haven't seen him play in a while.
yeah, Ghost and Rogue,
I
yeah,
also
they
get
leave
mixed
early.
up.
Alright, well I'll just annotate that he left early again. Let's see. Alright.
Yeah.
I don't know how emergencies always seem to happen when he plays D&D only. You know, like it seems that way sometimes. Emergency. But maybe.
Well,
All right, we'll see. Because that's definitely the third or fourth time it's happened where he had an emergency. So, I'm not sure if he's just getting you off to do something else or. But yeah, it's whatever.
Doubt it. 'Cause he always seems very excited to play.
Okay.
But, yeah. So,
Alright.
back to playing then.
Yep.
Alright.
So the camp has been, or they've packed up and they're ready to set out. So from here, you can discuss or plan out your course of travel. Which way would you like to begin moving your troop?
I really do need your opinion, SUROS. Because it could be troublesome. So, I say the fastest way to get out of here and stay near the coast is move to the beach, to the shoreline, and move across it. So we could move through the Elven territory first, but the main issue is that the goblins are pushed into here, pushed into the Elven territory. Do not know if they're on the shoreline or not. But this would be the quickest way, as I doubt the shoreline would have trees, so it would move faster. Or we could move to the wolf, or we could move south, southeast, southeast to the wolf den, down to the forest, go around the goblins, and move up to the shoreline. But that would take a long time. What do you think?
I say we move immediately to the that would be west along the river, and then make our way down towards the elves. We can go directly to the outpost. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
If we encounter bears and wolves going towards the east or southeast, that might be troublesome.
Yeah, but we could also encounter goblins going southwest.
We're not going to move past the elves. Let's just go like almost up to the elves along the shoreline, and then if need be, we can cut across to the east.
Okay. So stick to the shoreline. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. So let's go immediately following that blue line on the grid, immediately to the west, and then head directly south, almost to the elves. If we encounter elves, so be it. But possibly we can gather food or fish and feed our settlers.
Yeah. That is not a bad idea. We could also might encounter the cannibals right over here too, since we're moving on the border. But I think your plan is sound, as we can might be able to avoid the possibility of encountering those goblins. But we will need a scout once we get close to the goblin territory to see if there's any goblins holed up on the shore.
Yeah. Looks like goblins are further south. I don't think we'll encounter any.
Yeah, alright. Alright, that's what we're going to do. We're going to move
To the west, along the shoreline.
Yeah. Move to the west first. To the shoreline.
Alright, we've also got all of these guys. I think, I can't recall where they ended up, but I think they're with us. Maybe they evacuated. I'm gonna double check where these guys are.
Who?
These characters here. All of these guys here. So, House Beth, House Carm, House Saza, and House Holland, and Rocket.
Yeah, those guys evacuated.
They evacuated?
But they were evacuated. They evacuated with the settlers, but we were able to rescue the settlers. I don't know if
Right, they went to Shoreline, I think.
Yeah, they were going to Shoreline with the settlers.
Oh wait, they went back. It says the party sold the dead black bears at the knight's camp and brought new gear. So they did make it back here, actually, looks like. They should be back in the
Okay.
base, so they're with you too, these guys. The trader and the guards have separated ways and have retreated back to the shores. Here's us here. These are not relevant. Alright. All these settlers are now being taken with us. So, we've got all of those guys. All of these characters marching along as NPC, not hire-ons, but followers. So,
Yeah.
we got
Hopefully we can
Dig,
find safety in new lands.
Rad.
I'm killing the prisoner and leaving him at the base camp.
Whoa.
Okay. Execute the prisoner.
We could take them along with us.
We will need
to,
at
like, make
least-
'em work.
At least one prison guard, but two would make it safer if we want to keep the prisoner.
I want to
Yeah.
execute.
Execute him?
Put his body on display.
Sounds good. Yeah, so you can leave his body on display, like put him on a stake. You want to leave him at the north side or the south side of the cave?
What you think, DOCKLA?
Or in the middle? Somewhere in the middle?
North.
North side?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll annotate
Agreed.
this. Stake.
Damn. Brutal. I was actually thinking of taking him on with us, but
Oh, we put his head on a stake.
yeah.
Alright, so we got a staked cannibal. His head's just on the stake. Remains are just left nearby for the animals to eat. But at some point before we left, the guards held him down so that the SUROS magic user could execute him with a. Let's see what weapon you have. You had your
Sword.
sheathed sword. You sliced his head off. And technically, you only get XP in combat. But we did defeat him in combat before, so I'll still let you take the XP for this one, because he was a active threat before. So you're just claiming the XP now, which is later than when you would have gotten it when you killed or when you captured him instead. So you execute him here. You'll get the. I think he gave already 10% of his XP, so he'll give the other 90%. So he's only worth 10 experience, so you get 9 for this one, SUROS. If you want, you can share the experience with your crew, unless you can just claim all 9 points. You could share it with DOCKLA since it's the other PC, so you could take 5, and DOCKLA can take 4.
Hold on, some common name. Give me one moment.
Agreed, very well.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, we'll wait for Ethan then to get back.
I'm back. I'm sorry. Dinner was ready.
Okay. Do you need to go eat or something?
Oh no, I have it. I brought it to my bed.
Okay, nice. Good to go. Dinner and D&D.
I would never.
Fire combination. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll never abandon D&D, or at least I try not to.
Yeah, all good. Appreciate it. Alright, so the entire camp has been packed and evacuated. Now we're heading out, and you had some time to discuss your plans. But what are your Or what will you decide on? West, was it?
Yeah, we're moving west to the shoreline. So that's like 3 miles.
Yep, exactly. So with the heavy equipment crew, because we have a lot of luggage, like, of course, carrying elderly people on wooden stretchers, I guess.
Will take us a long time.
Take us a while to get there, 1 mile per hour. Due to the forest, though, the terrain slows us by 33% speed. So we'll be moving at 0.666 miles an hour. And therefore, it will take us a little while. We'll see. 3 miles divided by 0.66. Right, so calculator out.
It's about somewhere around 5 hours, maybe a little bit less to move.
Yeah, about 4.5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So it's a long trip west. Therefore, I'll roll 5 possible encounters on the way there. We'll start with monster encounters. No, no, nope, nope, and no. We'll go into possible encounters with settlers, other settlers. 5 chances. Wait.
Oh shit.
I have to roll a d8 with that too. Alright, no. No. Nope. Nope. And no. Next, possible encounters with elves. On the border here. Nope. 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 And no. Possible encounters with cannibals in the area. Low chance as well. Nope. 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 Alright. During that 5 hours, no cannibals were encountered. And then signs of animals. Check for that as well. That you could hunt. Nope. Small game encounter chance. There's a higher chance to encounter small game in the region. There's at least 1 encounter with small game during your time marching. Surprise. We are not surprised. They are not surprised. So you found animal tracks. Alright. The direction of movement is toward the northwest. The type of animal is very small. It appears that it's some kind of rodent track, maybe like some mouse or squirrel track, right? A small rodent, footprints in the snow. Ignore it. Alright. Yeah, if you're just by yourself, it might be worth it, but with a large crew, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if it was something bigger, maybe. Definitely, but...
And then foraging for any nuts and berries on the way. It is possible during the march for those who are moving faster. So, the chances are very slim though in the winter time, but it's still possible to find something out here, roots and berries, nuts and such. Basically, I would say overall, for those who, as a group, forage on the way, which I'll count for, maybe a third of your crew can forage. A third of your crew is dealing with the cargo, and a third of your crew is on guard shifts, looking out for the crew. So, out of this entire mass, maybe a third of them are light enough to forage along the way, right, and keep up with the group still.
Yeah.
Therefore, as a group, they are foraging. The chances of foraging successfully in the winter is very low. But every hour that they were marching, there was a chance to get like maybe some food out there. So with a third, we'll just, that's the multiplier of how much we'll find. Third of, or yeah, so of all this is 4, this is roughly like 10 here, it's roughly 10, so it's roughly 20, roughly 10, so it's 30. And we've got the settlers, roughly 20, so it's about 60 or so people, more or less. So multiplier of times 6. We'll say every hour during the march on a 1, we find 6 pounds of food. Right, so from just nuts and berries. Right, it's a multiplier of 6. So, alright. Nope. Yes. No. Yes. And yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
during those 5 hours, we
Holy
foraged 18 pounds of food, which are just nuts, roots, and berries on the way. Right? So people were gathering what they could through the lands for the past. And they got 18 pounds of food from foraging, from just nuts and berries and vegetables and roots and such on the way. So 18 pounds
That's
is,
pretty good.
yeah. I mean, we have 60 people to feed, roughly. We have 18 pounds from foraging. And that's about 5 hours of the day spent, right? So almost the whole day, the work shift has been spent.
Is that are those 60 people also including us?
Yeah, it includes the entire troop. So
Okay. Without us, there's 6 of us, right?
I just assumed that our entire party was roughly 10. So
10. So there's actually 50 because we were able to feed ourselves as a party.
yep. But as a whole company, right now we have a shared food source, which is of course the forest food, which I will annotate as nuts and berries. So nuts / berries. 18 pounds worth. Or not just nuts and berries, but fruits and vegetables too. So I would say foraged foods. Foraged foods. 18 pounds. Alright. Once that's cooked up, of course, it'll feed 18 of the settlers, or possibly 36 if we ration it, right? So they'll just get hungry faster, but they'll still be fed, right? So that's all that matters. As long as you eat something, you'll be okay. Alright. You just get hungry a lot quicker. So with that said, the current time of day now, after roughly 4.5 hours past, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Alright, it is now 13:30, so we still have some time left throughout the day to keep working. We arrived at the shores. Right, we arrived at the coast. So
Is it beach?
at the beach, yeah. We made it to the beach.
Cool.
Marched all the way through the woods. We arrive on the coast now, and no encounters or no dangerous encounters on the way. So the entire company has arrived. From here, what shall we do?
We move south.
All right. Your large troop
Let's
begins
continue
moving south.
south.
Now we're moving on the shore. We're not in trees. We're not slowed.
That's right. So it's just sandy shore. But it's better than moving through the woods.
If need be, we are forest marching.
Okay, so your troop is now moving south, toward the elves, or you're trying to
Toward
to the elves. Okay.
We're trying to stay on the shore as best as we can, so we're not slowed.
Reportedly, the elves are 1.5 miles away, with your group's rate of movement of 1 mile per hour. Should take you an hour and a half to get there. Alright, let's check for any encounters. So first we'll do monster encounters, possibly 2 monster encounters. Alright, no monster encounters. We'll check for animals. No animals encountered. And then we'll check for an elf. Yeah, the elves here. High chance at this point. 1 in 6 per hour. Alright. You safely traverse through their lands along their shores and make an auto encounter upon arriving at one of their bases, right? So you automatically encounter an elven position up ahead, right? So you spot it from a safe distance more than likely. It was built on the coast, right? So a fortified elven settlement on the coast here. It is a walled settlement on a craggy kind of cliff top looking over the sea, right? So
Okay.
yeah, it's got the high ground. Naturally, it's built on some high ground, overlooks the sea. But near the base, of course, are the docks that they will use to, of course, set out to sea, possibly. But that's
Getting
protected
away.
by the terrain. Alright, so it's a very, yeah, it's basically
Maybe
a
we
large
should-
hill or crag that's been nestled upon. What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna say to SUROS, maybe we should try to see shelter with the elves for the night. It is getting pretty late. What do you think about this?
Yes, I agree, Doc. Let me speak with the elves and see if we can make camp here with them for the evening.
I asked among my men, do any of you know Elvish? Some of them have 13 intelligence, 2 of them actually. DIVISH and RADZIG.
I will speak with the leader of this camp.
Do you
SUROS.
know? Hold on, SUROS. Do you even know Elvish?
He only knows cannibal for his bear language,
Yeah.
so he can't.
Yeah. So
See.
maybe one of my men are able to speak Elvish, and they could be our translator.
Right.
Yes, very well, Doctor.
Do you want it to be Radzig or
Let's have
Divish?
RADZIG.
Radzig? Alright.
Yes.
So yeah, Radzig, of course, reminds you that he speaks the elf language and can speak
Right then.
for your crew, right?
And let's go up to their doors then. Ooh.
Approach their fortress. It's a wooden fortress
Yep.
built along the coast here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you're making your first approach. Let's see how they react to your large company approaching. Positive reaction, it seems. So, they have a welcome group or a welcoming party for you, right? As you approach, a few of their people will come out from the fort to welcome you in. So, they would, make their way out and begin marching to meet you outside their walls.
Mm-hmm.
They see that you're traveling into their lands, so it's a positive reaction. As soon as you make your approach, they're waving toward you. They welcome you forward, and they once you get into talking range in the elf language, from what Radzi translates, they're saying, welcome to the elf fort, humans. What can we assist you with?
DOCKLA will say, we're simply looking for refuge for the night. We are running away from the cannibals and hoping to find new lands southwest from here.
Alright, so as DOCKLA has Razik translate this for him, SUROS, is there anything you want to add? Or do?
Isaac, please speak with the leader of this camp and obtain guidance for our next course of action.
Alright, so Razik starts to translate, and for the first request, seeking refuge from the cannibals, the elves are not too certain on that. They're a bit confused, maybe have further questions. So, in response to that, the elves, of course, would say something to Radzik, and Radzik would translate, of course, and he'd tell you that the elves are wondering why the cannibals have attacked, right? So they're wondering. So they know that you guys have fled the cannibals. They're wondering if you know why the cannibals possibly attacked your people, right?
Yes. It is December. Our food is scarce. These people are hungry. The cannibals are seeking to overthrow our cave, our knight's fortress. Please, we request your assistance with shelter for the night.
Okay. So, let's see how they react to that. That's being translated next in response. And the translator is RADZIG, so 11 charisma. He translates this to the elves. And they hear your reasoning that everyone is hungry and they are planning to overthrow your lands, right, as a means of survival, and you are hoping that the elves will take you in. But unfortunately, the elves, although they are friendly, they still request what they will get in return for the assistance they might provide your crew. So they are willing to help, but unfortunately, they are not able to freely, of course, give you help. So they're asking, what do we get in return, right?
In return, we can ensure that these cannibals will not encroach on your outpost.
SUROS, we should discuss this.
Alright,
We should
discuss it
before we
further
make
before
any,
you... Okay, so between you and DOCKLA, you discuss it before you have the translator speak.
Yeah, stop. Like, well, we need to talk about this. So, art of notification. I can't say the word, damn it. I don't know exactly what we could give them. Maybe we could ask them what they possibly could want, as what we could give to them. As we do not have much, as, well, we do have a coin on us. Which coin do we have on us? SUROS, how much coin do you have?
Let's see, copper pieces, I have 59.
Maybe we could give them a copper piece for each of us who reside here. Or not reside, just camp for night, maybe? Give them money. Because if you have 59, us... let's see if they would be fine with copper.
Okay, so you're willing to pay them copper in exchange for a refuge.
Oh. Yeah. I will tell Hexed, ask them if copper would be good enough.
Alright, so RADZIG will translate and lets them know that you're offering copper in exchange for a refuge. They react negatively, so they refuse to take your copper in exchange for refuge. And the elves have their own goals in mind, so...
They don't what?
They have their own goals in mind. They don't want your copper, it seems.
Okay, maybe... What's the syrup? We could act, see if they want us to do anything.
Alright, so you asked them if they want you to do anything in return?
Yeah. Yeah, like what, do you have anything particular in mind for us?
That's correct.
They don't seem to have any need for your services at this time, either. So they don't accept your offer for refuge. So far that's not something you can offer. So they don't want your money. They don't want your services. So far they're not willing to give you refuge unless there's something that they do want that you can provide, right?
Would you at least be fine with us camping outside your fortress.
They're not sure. They say that. So they translate to RADZIG, and RADZIG tells you that they're not sure if this will be allowed. They will let their lord know, but your people are drawing in possibly enemy forces from the north, right? So you might be forced to leave their lands as well, right?
And we do plan to leave, but it is getting close.
Yeah, it's getting late.
We do plan to leave, but it's getting late. So we only need rest for a day, and we will be gone.
Alright, so what the elves want mainly is actually men to fight in their armies. The elves are very low in manpower. That's the thing that they lack most. They don't breed as often as humans do, and they don't grow as quickly either, right? So they lack numbers, and a lot of them were wiped out during the last war with the goblins, right? So they actually are in need of your services as fighting men instead, right? So instead, the elves are promising you that you may stay here, but all your men are to be sent to the front lines to help fight in the goblin wars, right, to the south. That means you won't be adventurers exactly fully free. You would be servicing the elves, and you would join the front lines, your characters, right? So every time you play, you would be doing adventures to the south, right, until your contract is over. So they'll take in they'll take in your civilian population, but all of your capable men will be sent to the front line to fight in the goblin wars, right, as mercenaries for the elves. In exchange, your families can live here. They'll do work here for the elves, like, cook and clean and all that to get by. They'll be housed and protected, but all of you will be sent to the front lines to fight.
I turn to my people.
Yeah.
And I say, the elf. Actually, I turn to the adventurers, actually, because I'm pretty sure the people would be fine with that.
So.
But I turn to the adventuring men.
Adventurers want.
The elves
yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The elves offer us refuge if we fight for them in their wars. They will protect our family, protect our settlers we brought along with us. I want to hear all of your opinions. If you think we should do, as this will lead to all of our settlers to be safe, but for us to go to war. But we could still find our fortune fighting goblins. ETB?
So overall,
You would all be,
yeah, go ahead.
you would all be safe for the time being.
Okay.
Overall, the company seems to be agreeing. SUROS says that they'll be safe. You say that there's prosperity to, that people can still make a living and maybe make money as well, right? Sounds like so.
Yeah.
Overall, the crowd seems to be agreeing this is better than nothing. It's better than what we had before. The settlers will be allowed to stay here in the fort, and you guys will be switching campaigns, right? You're gonna be, of course, based to the south, and it's gonna be focused about. Your campaigns will be focused on Goblin War, right? The Goblin War instead of settling the land. Because originally the campaign was about settling the land and choosing your own adventure. But now if you choose this path, anyone who chooses to play with your group particularly, or any of your characters, will be focused on fighting the Goblin War to the south, right? You've heard the rumors though. The goblins are a deadly foe, right? They're high in numbers, they're brutal and cunning, and they love to take slaves, right, for their hard labor workforce, right? That they're building an army, they're building their great war machines, and they need a lot of slaves for that. So the war to the south, you've heard really bad things about it. All the human mercenaries that go there typically don't come back, right? So most of them, of course, are killed by the goblins their war. Goblins are a tricky foe, right? So, yeah, you'll be
but
sent.
this is for best for the settlers.
It'll be best for your own civilian population. They will lose their freedom though, a little bit, right? So as long as they want to stay with the elves, they have to work for the elves, right? As civilians.
It's social contract.
Yep.
We lose a bit of our freedom to be safe.
Yeah, exactly. And then your group is only you'll be enlisted as mercenaries or contracted as mercenaries, and so as long as you are fighting for them, they'll protect your people. But as soon as you stop fighting for them, they will no longer provide your people a place to work and sleep and eat and all that, right? So, do you accept the contract, or I mean, I guess the this deal with the elves?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the best for our settlers.
Best course of action.
Yes, we
For now.
accept.
Right. So now you've entered the services of the elves and are going to the Goblin Wars, right? At the front line. So on your first day here, you're allowed into their fort. They house and feed your people. They get you guys situated, right, to a place where you can rest and eat and recover from your last or from this day expedition, right? We do have a lot of game time still, so the game is ending technically because the day is coming to an end, right? Upon arriving at their fort, it was an hour and a half of marching. It was about half an hour of negotiations and situating your crew into their fort and all that. So at 15:30, 30 minutes before the work shift ends, they also let you guys spend one more night, or this last night, with your people. But tomorrow in the morning, all your men are going to be sent to the front lines. You'll be fed. From now on, your payment will be, you'll get fed. You'll get a daily wage. And of course, you'll get bonus pay depending on what kind of missions you're assigned, right? So, if you're getting deployed, you'll get more money. If you're just at the garrison, right, defending the front line, you might get hazard pay, but for the most part now, your adventures are focused on fighting off the Goblin Wars, and the contract continues as long as you continue to serve or until the war ends, right? So,
Yeah, that's a very lenient contract. That is surprising.
right. So you'll be sent to front lines as support troops against the elves. They don't have as many numbers as the humans, so
Yeah.
it takes way longer to grow an elf soldier than a human soldier. Let's see.
Wasn't very eventful game, but at least we got ourselves safe.
So since we ended this game early, technically, we'll take a break and then we can start up another one if we get a third, maybe. And that one will be centered around the first day of the Goblin Wars for the humans or your human people. All right. For post game.
See if they still want to play.
So gameplay is ended. We've just finished our session today. Unless there's anything else you guys want to do at the base or at this new base of yours. Is there anything you do after the expedition?
Socialize with the elves.
Socialize with the elves.
Try to put my heart in.
So you talk to some
Hard
elves.
as I can.
All right. You went off to talk to some of the elves.
Maybe have Rag with me.
Have Rice to stay with you. SUROS, after the expedition and arriving at the elf base, right? This is their the elven settlement, right? Their village, fortress. What would you have done after the expedition besides settle in? Was there anything else you wanted to do here at the fort?
No, just gonna rest with
Okay.
settlers.
Very well. Also moving forward, I don't think you guys, if you're contracted with the elves and no longer have access to a human supply chain for like recruits, you might not be able to get recruits anymore under the contract, right? There'd be no way to find recruits automatically. Let's see. So we might change the benefit from new characters from now on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Your original offer or your original bonus for joining games is to get a new character per game, right? A new story, because characters is like, of course, action economy, right? The more characters you have, the more influence you have over the game. But without a way to actually recruit new characters, or maybe settlers will be starting to arrive on the Elven shores and start to join the front lines. I guess that will be the case.
It just won't.
All right.
It won't be a constant supply. So you got time to think about it.
Yeah, I got time to think about it. I think what would happen is yeah, from now on, any humans in the area or humans that come of age or whatever, they'll grow up, and of course, every game they might choose to, at least if they're equal, they'll be sent to the front lines, and they'll have to choose between the various houses to fight, right? Under House Ethan, under House Brad, or whatever, right? They'll join one of those families and fight on the front lines with them, right? So that will be the reason behind how you guys will get your new characters then. So you don't just find random humans on the front line. There'll be new recruits, human, auxiliary troops arriving on the front lines from the human population. That is, of course, arriving to live with the elves under the same agreement that everyone else here is under, right? So that, their civilian population will be taken care of by the elves, but now, of course, their capable men, all capable men, will lose freedom and will be sent to the front lines to fight as a mercenary, right? Or a conscripted soldier, right? Or so. So yeah, your payment is you get housing from them, right? It's not the best housing because you'll be on the front lines, so just a place to sleep and stay warm wherever you're sent. You get food. They also have a food chain, right? This is mostly food is gathered either by a third of the troops or by the civilian population, right, along the coast, and that's sent down to the front lines to of course provide logistical support to you guys to continue the fight to the south, and of course yeah, all the basic stuff, right? So alright,
Get paid.
in the end, we want to win this war now. Your new focus is the goblins, right? The sooner you win that war, the sooner you have your freedom, and maybe you can help settle lands with the elves or something, right? Eventually you can free your people.
Start making our own guns.
Yeah. Make enough money to leave the elves and settle your land so that your human population can be free again, or somewhat more free than they are now. So
yeah, and have good relations with the elves.
yeah, as long as we don't mess things up, right? So
well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Alright. So yeah, for post game, it sounds like DOCKLA wanted to socialize with the elves. So post game is after the expedition or after the adventure. And the SUROS, did you have anything in mind for your character? Were you doing anything in between adventures besides settle in?
I would like to learn Elvish.
Elvish. Alright. So learning Elvish without a higher intelligence will take training time instead. Like, so basically, how that works is for each day you're learning language, right? You have to have a means to pay to live so that you can learn the language, right? You need an instructor, which can be found right here. So you can find an instructor, and he might have a fee as well. Learning it on your own is almost impossible. So
Alright, I'm back.
yeah, the best way you can learn Elvish, SUROS, is through an instructor, which you'll have to pay the instructor fee. So he might charge you 1 copper a day that he teaches you the language. And of course, you'll have to pay for your living costs, possibly. So living costs, so that you can keep learning without having to focus on doing a job to stay alive, right? So in your free time, I suppose you already have a job, which is mercenary. But in your free time now, if you can find an instructor, which is possible here, all you basically have to pay for is tuition fees now. So that's basically it. So because food is already accounted for, you're gonna be fed, you're gonna be housed, and in your free time, instead of the basic free time activities, which is like training, recreation, all that, you're gonna focus on learning a language. So also per day that you guys survive an expedition, of course, you get 1 XP, right? So you all went up by 1 XP just now.
Yay.
Yep. Let's see.
Let's go.
DOCKLA 46, SUROS 40. So anytime, yeah, for each day you survive as an adventurer, you get 1 XP. All these guys got bumped by 1 point. Alright, that's everyone. Oh, not Bilbo actually. Bill didn't join us. He was NPC for this one, so he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Also, one question.
Yes.
I remember one time you updated the character sheets to have room recruiting. You updated the character sheets. Since we are in a better place, do we get that better starting sheet?
It's only if like that's gear that can be provided by your population, right? The support population. So the standard right now is the helmet, the clothing, and then the weapon, right? Or money for weapons. The lowest is just 3d6, right? And nothing else. So you have to buy your own clothing or buy your own gear. The best outcome is to start with the additional supplies. That's only if it's a highly profitable adventuring area. So an area owned by your own people, right? Like there's such a high prosperity, right? That the characters will spawn with a lot more gear. Like, you're more suited for adventuring. So currently we're not in that. We're in an average place, right? So characters or actually technically we're in a refugee state. So new arrivals will be probably starting with 3d6, right? Barely anything. So the idea is that the gear that you had to start with is like, because any gear you start with at all is stuff that you owned prior to becoming an adventurer, right? So most people, of course, they had a helmet, they had clothing, and they had anything else, right? Based on what they chose to buy as they journeyed to a new land, right? As an adventurer. Refugee type characters, right? So they lost things, they're coming from a lost battle. They'll have less. Characters joining a winning war will have more gear because there's all this like extra plunder, right? So you know, like prior to adventuring, their families are better off, right? They're coming from a better off land, therefore they'll start with better gear. So if your character spawns in an area, right, that is better off, then yeah, they'll have better gear. But they don't spawn from the elf fortress, right? They're spawning from like surrounding lands, visiting the elves, and yeah, joining the front from there. So most of the guys coming to the elf lands are gonna be refugees, right? Technically, so the supply chain is cut short, right? Shoreline is probably lost. We're not too sure, right? We don't have any reports on it, but the last reports were that the cannibals were, of course, raiding and plundering across their lands, most likely getting ready to besiege Shoreline, right? And drive off the heathens, take the slaves. Their main goal, of course, is the women and children who can't defend themselves. But the men are in the way, right? If the men are not in the way, then there's no problem. They don't have to attack the fortress if they're not going to cause any trouble. So the cannibals, more than likely, throughout the past couple of days now, are raiding across the settlements, right? And eventually, if they get hungry enough, they might attack the fortress, right? For the most part, the fortress are cowering behind their walls and leaving the settlers to defend themselves, right? So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Eventually, they'll starve out too, though. Yeah. So if they stay in the fort long enough. All right. So, yeah, very dangerous times for everyone. Okay.
At least we found employment.
Yeah. Yeah, and the SUROS for tuition fees, the cost to learning the elf language. Let me look that up real quick for you. Let's see. Languages. List of items. Training. Alright. Looks like it's gonna cost you. It says 1 gold piece, but I'm not sure if that's fair. Let's see. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, 1 gold piece. So 100 coppers. In other words, like a little over 3 months of tuition before you can learn a language fully, like know it.
Not bad.
So basically, tuition fees is 100 coppers. So if you have 100 coppers, the idea is that you can pay for like some advanced training, right? And it will help you learn really quick. But otherwise, you'll pay 1 copper a day. And after 100 days of paying 1 copper a day, you will learn that language, right? You do get a daily wage that you do get like a daily wage every time you play, right? Otherwise, your daily wage goes towards sustaining your lifestyle, your living costs. But as a mercenary, every time you adventure as a mercenary, right? So you're contracted to fight for them. You'll get a daily wage, and that daily wage can go directly toward tuition fees instead of whatever else you might want to buy, if that makes sense. So you get to choose where your money goes. So if you do want to start learning a monster language, today could be the first day, and it will cost you 1 copper toward your learning. And after 100 days of learning the language, you will be proficient in that language. You'll know it. So today will be day 1 of tuition. So Suros, you're down to 58 coppers then. You found a instructor in the Elven Fort who can teach you your first day of learning or the elf language. So let's see. Languages: cannibal, learning, elf, 1 out of 100 days.
That's very well.
Alright. So you got 1 day complete, 1 shift of learning. Alright, so you went to school for a day. So after you got back, you immediately started studying with the instructor. Okay, and then DOCKLA, you went to socialize after the expedition. So then,
Yeah, I take rags with me, but the elves.
who of the elves
I
would you
get good
socialize with? Like the civilians, the guards. Did you wanna?
Let's guards, people
Start
who
with
are
the
similar
guards.
to me.
Okay, so
Similar to me.
some of the elves that you met earlier, you would talk with them, socialize with them.
Yeah.
And they would be on shift, of course, but the ones off shift, you could spend time with them freely. So you would
Yeah.
talk with some elves off shift, right? And what things would you discuss with them
Mm-hmm.
or do with them?
Well, I ask them, do they know what's do they know any weak positions of the goblins that maybe tomorrow that we could attack?
Alright, let's see how they react to that. To RADZIG translating for you. So the elves that you talk with here on off shift, you ask about weak positions to attack, and they tell you that they particularly don't know too much about the war to the south. They themselves aren't frontline fighters, right? But they've heard stories that every raid conducted by mercenaries and elven troops alike are usually sent to the weak points of the goblin forces anyway. So you'll learn about that as soon as you reach the front line, and you'll probably be tasked out to attack those weak points, more than likely.
Wait.
Alright, is there anything else you wanted to talk with or talk about?
Will there will be elves fighting with us too?
Yes, of course. So, well, they'll be in command more than likely, and you guys will be sent out to fight more than likely as auxiliary troops, right? Supported by the elves, but you're going to be the main fighting force for them, and you'll be sent into the front lines or beyond the front into the enemy territory to attack positions, right? And come back either successfully or unsuccessfully. If successful, you'll be rewarded. If unsuccessful, well, then you're dead, right? So.
Luckily, we have a lot of capable fighters among my family.
Now, one thing you have to be mindful of is that the elves never promise that they will take care of your people if you're dead, right? So as long as you're fighting for them, they'll take care of your people. That's something that's in the contract, right? So if you die on the front lines, your people will be left to fend for themselves at some point. So.
Okay, let's see. Well then, I'll try not to die, but
that's one thing, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of with the contract. Winning the war will guarantee success for everyone, right? If you win this war for them, not only you will be rewarded, but now there will be a safe territory to the south to help settle, right? the elves might even grant you some of the territory to settle there yourself, right? You'll help them win this war against the goblins. They'll claim the hex or the grid, but you might be welcome to stay there too, and your contract will be over, right? Because you won't really.
Yeah, maybe we can make guns for them too.
Right. Yeah, with all those very rare resources from the mountain grid, right? It's got iron, it's got powder, you know, it's got everything we need for advanced weaponry and armor. The forest provides fuel and food, right? For our bodies and our fire.
Yeah, have you heard? I've heard tales of like in past lands using guns. Have there been any reports of them using guns?
That is why they need fuel, right? To make their craft. So, there are reports of goblins in heavy armor. There are reports of goblins, you know, mechanizing their weapons, right? So, they're working on it. They've got the materials to make them. It just takes, at this point, time to construct, right? And even then, that's not that long. But yeah, the goblins are winning the war because their weaponry outmatches most of the mercenaries. They've got heavy armor, they've got chemical weapons, right? From the sulfur they mine up, they are able to create, you know, all the other materials like coal and all these flammable materials. They're able to create like flaming oil, poison gas, right? So they heavily outdo us in arms and armory. So that's why all the mercenaries that are sent there are just slaughtered typically, right? So. And the elves' weapons don't match the goblins either, right? The elves only have magic against them, but even then there's counters against magic, right? Shields, cover, concealment, heavy armor, right? The elves need to see their target overall, direct sight over their target to cast sometimes. So it's like sleep, but the goblins use, of course, their numbers. So.
Yeah, but they can't shoot and keep cover at the same time.
That's true. So. That's why they have heavy armor. So, let's see.
Yeah.
Shields and heavy armor.
My mage should break through that armor.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys at the next one then. Let's end this one here, and then if we get a third, we'll start up another session shortly after, since this game didn't take too long.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you
guys.
I
want to start recruiting on the main official.
Take care. Right. Yeah. Have a good night.
Yep.
Thank you.